Give it a little dink.
Cheers.
What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Slightly Out Topic Podcast, where it is I, Demonic,
with your boy Mario.
Bratata. I had to add a little.
I don't know why I did that.
Little skibidoo papa. You wanted to switch it up. You wanted to be a DJ.
It's because I had a Red Bull before I showed up.
Did you?
No.
Well, I'm gonna do a live taste test of one of these. I am drinking a Java Monster.
Really?
Never had one before.
No? I drank those when I was younger. They're pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm scared.
They're not bad at all. Not the greatest, but it's not bad at all.
5 out of 10.
And I'm drinking a Twisted Tea half and half.
Because I don't understand those. They're not good. How can you drink that?
They're tasty. They're delicious.
No.
It's just iced tea with a little bit of alcohol.
I guess maybe because I like my iced teas sweet.
It's because you put a pound of sugar.
Yes, I put a pound of sugar. You know why?
And these are already sweet.
Because sugar is vegan. You want to know how somebody's vegan?
How do you know?
Because they can't go more than 5 minutes without telling you they're vegan.
Oh, that's true.
Exactly. So we have a homie that nobody really likes. All right. His name is Z. All right.
That's fucked up.
But it's kind of true, So as long as it's true, it doesn't really matter.
That's true. He's aware. He's aware. He owns it.
Exactly. So he used to be vegan. All right. And he is no longer vegan because he decided that he wants to live.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking shit on vegans, but I am, because there's no point in being vegan. I mean, I get it, the whole like cruelty to animals and, save all this and all that. But have you seen that Piers Morgan interview where he's interviewing a vegan?
No, I don't think so.
So he's basically like talking to the vegan. He's like, "Do you eat avocados?" Like, I can't do his accent. "Do you eat avocados?" No, that's very bad. That's almost Andrew Tate.
That's Mexican.
Yeah. So he's like telling her, like, "Do you eat avocados? Do you drink almond milk and all that?" And she didn't want to answer because she already knew where he was going with it.
She knew exactly what's happening.
And she's like, "Well," finally she answers, like, "Yes, I do." And he's all like, "Well, did you know that to have your avocado toast and your vegan milk and all this and all that, like, there's millions upon millions of bees that die," and like basically shuts her down.
Oh yeah. And now we're all suffering so that you can enjoy almond milk, which, by the way, is delicious.
All right. So is it almond milk or is it nut water?
What's the difference?
It's not milk.
Call it nut water. It's fine.
So it's nut water.
Nut juice.
Are you ready to blow your mind though?
Yeah.
Like, if you're drinking a coffee with soy milk,
okay,
you're drinking bean water with bean water.
Oh,
is what I meant to say.
That makes more sense. All right.
Yeah. Damn, I messed up. That's one of my good jokes too.
And since I'm Mexican,
yes,
I'm a beaner drinking bean water.
You're a beaner drinking bean water with bean juice. Back to vegans. So, vegans, it's no secret that vegans lack a lot of nutrients.
Yeah.
The vegan lifestyle is very, very, very unsustainable. It's very hard to sustain your body with how many calories that you need, the protein. I believe they're also like, they had to take like iron supplements, right? Because like their body's not doesn't have enough iron. Like there's a lot of bad by going full vegan. But this lady took it to the extreme.
Now, I'm not too familiar with the ups and downs and positives and negatives of being a vegan. I just know it from the sounds of it, it sucks.
It does, because you're just like, one of the videos that I watched, like some people talking about like why they're not vegan anymore is because like when they go out to like with friends and all that, they can't eat. Like around, like if they go out to dinner, they really can't eat at where they go because, they're not vegan friendly. And then they start asking, like, was this coconut like harvested by people instead of, monkeys? And so people aren't animals, but like how do you not want to eat?
It's like you have to wear makeup that wasn't tested on animals.
I make sure that I test all my makeup products on animals first before I put them in this beautiful face. I don't want to burn. I'd rather have a cute little bunny burn instead of, this beautiful face.
Well, it's like the thing about me. If you want to be a vegan, by all means, be a vegan. If you're doing it to, just because you like the taste or whatever,
nobody likes the taste.
If you're doing it for the moral superiority, go fuck yourself. I mean, it's that simple to me because if it's like you're not morally superior to anybody. You're still using a cell phone.
But they think that they are.
It's like, are you using a cell phone? Then you're kind of pro child slavery because that's how it got here. That's how it got in your hands. Like a kid in China had to make it. A kid in Africa had to mine for that cobalt. It's like one way or another.
Don't let them know. Don't let them know about their Tesla that they drive.
Exactly. Right? It's like I'm tired of these people who are like these retail.
Better than thou.
Well, retail activists is what I call them.
Right. Just like retail is communists.
I'm not going to Chick-fil-A because they support so and so. Okay, I mean, that's where you draw the line. That's where you draw the line. Odd place to draw the line, because there's much worse things going on.
It's literally like the same people that are like, I hate capitalism as they're tweeting on their iPhone.
Right.
And also drinking, their Starbucks with their bean water Or
I see one where like, I don't believe in private property and, everything is everyone's and, anti-capitalist this. And it's like, dude, you're wearing like a Carhartt beanie. No, I was just saying though, it's for me, it seems pointless to be one of those activists like, I don't drink Bud Light because Bud Light's gross. Has nothing to do with the gays.
No, it has a lot to do with the gays.
I don't give a shit.
Do I need to pull up that video I said?
If Corona did it, I would still drink Corona. If Modelo did it, I would still drink Modelo.
As the New York Post reports, vegan raw food diet influencer Xana Dart. Would you say Dart or Diart?
Dart.
But there's a little
Dart.
Dies of suspected starvation. Vegan influencer Xana Samsonova has allegedly died of starvation after subsisting exclusively on a diet of exotic fruits in Malaysia, according to her friends and family. She was 39. The Russian national who frequently promoted raw foods on social media, where she was known for her millions of views on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram as Xana Diart.
Oh, so that was her alias.
Reportedly died July 21st after finally seeking medical treatment during a tour of Southeast Asia, according to local media outlet. A few months ago in Sri Lanka, she allegedly looked exhausted and with swollen legs, oozing limp. Damn, so she was in bad condition already.
Yeah.
One unidentified friend told Newsflash they sent her home to seek treatment. However, she ran away again. When I saw her in...
Fuck it.
That word right there, I was horrified.
That's the name of the city. I'm not cursing. It literally says fuck it.
It does it though. It's right here. This is what that town is.
Fuck it. That's what I'm guessing it's called. That's the American pronunciation.
How would you say it in this?
It was probably Phuket.
It might be Phuket.
Phuket.
Yes. Her friend added, I lived one floor above her, and every day I feared finding her lifeless body in the morning. I convinced her to seek treatment, but she didn't make it. Samsonova's mother also attributed to her daughter's passing to a cholera-like infection. A proponent of uncooked herbivore, I'll just call it that, fare, the Kashin native claimed that she ate completely raw vegan diet for the last 4 years, consuming just fruits, sunflowers, seed sprouts, fruit smoothies, and juices. Meanwhile, a friend claimed that for the last 7 years, Samsonova had only eaten the giant sweet jackfruit and durian, the spiky mace-like fruit known for its custardy meat and nauseous odor. Nauseous odor is what I meant to say. Have you had jackfruit?
Jackfruit? No.
Have you had the other one?
Durian?
Yeah.
No. So I've heard of it. I've seen it on TV, but nah, that is.
I had this vegan chicken-like thing. I keep on forgetting what it was. And it was made of jackfruit, and it was surprisingly meaty.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why a lot of vegans use jackfruit, because you can simulate meat.
Yeah. Even
though it's not meat, but. No. Yeah, that's just it's not meat. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either.
Yeah. No, whenever we decide to do a vegetarian night, we substitute meat with nopales or egg fruit.
Right.
because it gives you that meaty texture.
After you get rid of all that slime from the nopales.
No, that's the best part.
No, I'm saying like once like you can't get over the slime.
Get over the slime. Yeah. I had no problem with it at all.
I mean, if you like nopales, and the slime goes hand in hand with it.
You don't like nopales?
I love nopales.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking shit about nopales. I'm just saying that like it's very, very, very slimy.
Yes, it can be.
It's almost like you're eating a slug.
No.
Yes.
Well, I've never eaten a slug. I couldn't attest to that.
But slugs are slimy.
Slugs are slimy.
Nopales are slimy.
Nopales are slimy.
Therefore, nopales are slugs.
I can't argue with logic.
Boom. There you go.
Facts.
I see my body and mindset transform every day. Samsonova had gushed while describing her restrictive eating regimen. I love my new me and never move on to the habits that I used to use. The food influencer said her raw foods regimen was reportedly inspired by seeing peers who looked a lot older than their ages, which she attributed to their junk food diets.
Ooh.
So apparently she was also trying to...
She wanted to look young.
I mean, she kind of does. If you look at her photos, which I've been inserting here, she looks young. She looks like skin and bones, but she at least looks young.
Well, let's see. She's 39. She looks every bit of 39.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think she looked younger. I think she looks her age.
Well, I'm really bad at guessing ages. So to me, she... Like, okay, like look at this photo right here of her. Like, she looks in her 20s in this one. Which, I mean, she could be. Well, this probably was in her 20s.
I guess you're right. In that picture, her face does seem to say, in her 20s. Energetic, youthful even. But then you look at her shoulders, look at her arms, look at her hands, and it's like, oh, there's the obvious 39.
Yeah, dude. She's way too skinny. She used social media to spread her raw diet doctrine, describing, I eat simple foods. Although I have a lot of experience as a raw food chef, I love creating my own recipes and inspiring people to eat healthier. Unfortunately, her friends believed her so-called healthy food choices were to blame for her death. You don't need to be a doctor to understand where this will lead, said one pal of her all durian and jackfruit diet. There are downsides to this regimen, especially when not well planned, according to Healthline. These include deficiencies in calcium and vitamin D, which are needed for strong bones. This can also lead to suboptimal B12 levels, which can result in anemia, nervous system damage, infertility, and somewhat heart disease.
Paradoxically.
A study published earlier in the month of National Nutrition. Oh my God! You know what? Anyway, so yeah, it basically says that she died because of apparently they say starvation.
Yeah,
but it's more of lack of
nutrients
that your body needs to survive.
Yeah, because she was eating. She was just not eating the right stuff,
and her body was slowly dying in the inside. Is basically what happened.
But to her credit, she looks so skinny.
Is that a credit though?
If that was her goal, mission accomplished.
I mean, the skinniness, I guess, goes hand in hand. But
some people like looking skinny.
But this is way too much. Like if you look like a skeleton,
that's my friend. That's your opinion,
and that's fine. But it's not. Well, you know what? It's an opinion, but it's also based on like fact that like you look sickly.
Yeah, she doesn't look very healthy. Like if I saw her, I'd be concerned. Like in real life, I'd be like, hey, there's something wrong.
So yes, like because my sister was like almost this skinny also. Mm-hmm. Like my sister growing up, like she barely surpassed the 100-pound mark like not too long ago. She's actually like I think she's barely like maybe like 112 now. And my sister's pretty tall also. I think my sister's like 5, maybe like 5'7", 5'8", somewhere around there. She's
and 112 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, buddy.
Yeah, she was skinny as shit, dude. Like, she would not eat. She had trouble eating. I think now she's eating a lot. Obviously, she's eating a lot more now that she's gaining weight, and I call her fat for it now. So I'm giving her a hard time.
Now she's gonna go back to being skinny.
I know, right? No, but yeah, my sister growing up, like when she finally told me, she's like, I'm past 100 pounds now. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that's weird because like I remember her being like most of her adult life, like she's 28 now, 27, 28. And damn, that's weird to say that my sister's that old. I don't know. I still picture her like 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like for most of her adult life, she's been in like in the 90-pound range.
Jesus.
You know, so
Well, you know what? That makes some people are just made that way.
right.
My brother-in-law, he is like 5'6", 5'7", and a male, and he's only about 125 pounds.
Identified male?
No, a real male.
Oh, okay, okay.
He has a winky.
Just making
and
sure.
it's 125 pounds.
Girls have winkies.
Not this girl.
Okay.
125 pounds.
Right.
My son, 17, skinny. He weighs 125 pounds. I couldn't believe that he weighed as an adult 28-year-old male weighs as much as my 16-year-old son. Who's skinny, by the way.
You know what? And you know what's funny too, though. Like, technically, if I weren't to have like messed up my metabolism, because like I don't know if I told you the story, right? That like going through high school, like I was hella skinny.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like basically, like we were all like me, my brother, and my sister all have really high metabolisms. So like no matter what we eat, like we can never gain weight. You know, my brother, he's older than me, and I think he's either my height or maybe like an inch taller. So I think he's like 6 foot. Because I'm 5'9", not 5'9". I'm 5'11".
No, you told us your real height. You can't take it back.
Shit, I'm Ben Shapiro height. Well, I mean, I did say an inch. My brother's an inch taller, so I did say 6 foot. You know, so 5'9" is not 6 foot. You know,
Somewhere in there.
around there, right? Yeah. So I'm 5'11". My brother is either 5'11" or he's 6 foot. But I don't know, like.
But he's also skinny.
He's like he's last time he told me I think he was 150 pounds, somewhere around there. He's like skinny.
Yeah.
That's skinny to me. You know, me, I'm 5'11", and right now I clock in at a hefty 300. Not kidding. I'm 215 right now.
Now, we're talking about weight here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We're talking about skinny weights here.
Yes.
What about the opposite end?
The opposite end.
The heavyweights.
The heavyweights like Cain Velasquez, Chuck Liddell, those kind of heavyweights.
I'm talking about Lizzo.
Oh, our girl Lizzo.
Yeah.
And I know you're a fan of Lizzo. Like, so what's your favorite song from her?
Rehab.
Is that a
Oh,
real
that's
song?
Amy Winehouse. She's very skinny. Let's see, Lizzo.
Well, she was skinny for another reason.
Honestly, I know I've heard Lizzo songs. I can't think of one off the top. Oh no, I know which one. I know which one I like. What's the name of the fucking song?
Sing it.
Okay, fine. I'll say
Get us copyright. Get us a copyright strike.
Just got a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Let's see.
I might have heard it.
Why are men great till they gotta be great? No,
No.
that's a good song. It's very catchy.
But you don't like falling in reverse.
I think. What's his name? Ronnie Raddick.
Ronnie Radke.
That's the guy. I think Lizzo has more talent in her right pinky than Ronnie does.
Damn, like that.
No, I'm
Like
fucking with you.
that. Damn. You know what? I'm gonna sue you.
No, look, he's a fine guy. Okay, he's a good singer. Okay,
I showed you for his 40s. He looks like he's in his 20s.
He is an okay songwriter.
A very talented songwriter. Yep.
An okay songwriter.
Right, with platinum songs.
He's a decent video editor.
A very decent, very
and
well
director.
Very well. Yep.
He does too much. Like if he just focused on one thing and got really good at that one thing, I think he could.
Yeah, which is
probably
music.
No. One part of music.
Yeah,
like
music.
I don't know, maybe the singing. If he improved on his singing, perhaps it wouldn't suck so bad. If he improved on the songwriting, perhaps it wouldn't suck so bad. Hire a songwriter.
Whoa! You think his songwriting sucks?
His songwriting is subpar.
There is something wrong with you.
No.
You know what? It's maybe because you don't listen to him. And you think that's why.
You showed me like 10 songs. All right, I've heard his songs, and I'm like, okay, you show me the Party Days, and to his credit, I'm not gonna shit on him for his Party Day lyrics.
I showed his
That's what
older
they were
stuff.
for.
Right.
His older stuff was that it was for that, and then you show me the newer stuff.
Popular
that
Monster.
one vampire, vampire one,
Right.
The one I actually liked. Now
Right.
I actually liked it.
Right.
Okay?
That's his Party Day song.
But whether or not I like it, it has no bearings on whether or not it's good or bad. It's a bad song I like. Okay? It's not a good. It's not. There's not good writing. It has.
It's
a few
party
good songs.
song. It's a party song
the
that
one
he
where
made.
He's a vampire.
Yes, it's a party song that he remastered.
Not that one. Not that one. But the one later on where he does it like all dramatic.
That's
style.
what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's his party song that he remastered.
Okay. Well, even then, I'm like, okay, he has like 2 or 3 good lines in the song.
All
and then
right.
the rest of it is like, okay, yeah. I mean, it just sounds like just a regular party song of the early 2000s.
Which that's the music.
That's
It was
where
a
it came
party
from.
song from the early 2000s.
Yeah, of course. But I'm not over here sitting. I'm not sitting here saying 2 Chainz had the best fucking lyrics.
He does. 2 Chainz.
Apple bottom jeans.
That's not 2
boots
Chainz.
With who's that?
That's
The whole club was looking at her.
bro.
That was better than Ronnie Raddick. I'm sorry. Radcliffe.
Flowmaster. Flow Rider.
Oh yeah, Flo Rida. That's right.
Yeah, Flowmaster. Yes, the muffler.
muffler.
The muffler wrote that song right there. All right, so what's going on with Lizzo?
Oh yeah. Lizzo, for those who didn't know, is being sued. So, hold on.
And why is she being sued? Can you please elaborate on that?
So, Lizzo is getting sued. DailyMail.com reports. Let's find out what they report. Lizzo is sued by ex-dancer Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez, who claim they were sexually harassed and she forced them to perform sex acts with Banana in strip club.
With banana?
Yes,
They should put with a banana.
And she forced them to perform sex act with Banana in a strip club.
With banana. Like, but
Oh,
that's
not even in a strip club, in strip club.
in strip club.
That's how they wrote it. They got paid for this. Says,
Do you see why this feeds my dyslexia?
yeah, the writing is just as bad. Who wrote this, Ronnie? Says Lizzo has
Actually,
been,
Claudia Aurora, senior reporter from the Daily Mail, is the one that wrote this.
step up your game, lady.
All right, go ahead.
Lizzo has been sued by 3 of her former backup dancers who accused the singer of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. The pop star, whose real name is Melissa Vivian Jefferson, faces the legal battle after the dancers allege she commented on their weight and pressured one to touch a nude performer in a strip club.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
so,
you heard that right.
So she commented on her weight.
If she didn't call them skinny bitches, I don't want to hear about it.
Well, I mean, she's famous for having plus size women dancing in her shows, so I don't think she called her skinny.
No, doubtful.
And Lizzo is not skinny either.
No.
So
She's a big one. She's a big one.
So how can you comment on somebody's weight when you are? Isn't that like
Hypocrisy. Why not?
right?
Says the plaintiffs, her former dancers, are named in the lawsuit as Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez. Williams and Davis both appeared on the recent Amazon Prime reality show Lizzo's. Watch out for the big girls.
No, that's not girls.
Girls.
There you go.
Watch out for the big girls. About the singer's quest to find backup dancers. It accused the famous singer of inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers inside an Amsterdam strip club, the suit states. She allegedly encouraged catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas and eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas.
Okay, first of all right, so they're catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas.
Yes.
All right. Are these like lethal speeds that these dildos are being launched out of
Are
there?
these torpedo speeds?
Yeah, like we need to know the
How fast can you launch?
yes,
dildo.
Ladies, how fast can you launch a dildo from your mommy parts? All right. We need to know is it like
Because how are you going to catch it? Like, you either got to be real close because it's not going to go very far.
Do you need, like, are they experienced enough to really, you need, like, catcher's mitts?
Do you need safety goggles?
Do you need, I would wear safety goggles no matter what.
Teeth protection.
How
fast are these things going?
Do you need that whole, like hockey mask?
Are you going to get a black eye and have to tell everybody at work the next day that you ran into a door? Because you're too embarrassed to tell them the truth. Okay. You got hit in the eye with a dildo launched from a vagina.
If you had a black eye.
Yes.
Right? And your wife gave it to you because you forgot to add mayo to her sandwich, right? And she slapped you. She just gave you a boom, right? Black eye, right? What would be more embarrassing? You telling your coworkers that you got hit by your wife or that you got hit by a dildo coming out of a stripper's vagina?
Definitely hit by my wife. I think that would be more embarrassing.
So you would be like, oh yeah, like we were at the club and like this girl right here was pretending to be a dude and next thing you know she like launched it out and like hit me in the eye.
Pretending to be a dude. Oh. So I ordered a male stripper?
No.
And it turned out to be a woman?
Well, yes, because you were kind of mad at your wife because she hit you. So you were having a thing against females that day. So you went to a gay strip club, a gentleman's club, let's say.
And a gentleman's club is full of female strippers.
But they served Bud Light there, so
okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so then you thought this woman was pretending to be a man, and she like was swinging her big old 8 inches around, and like it came out, or she shot it out and it hit you in the eye.
Now, if I still think the getting beat up by your wife is more embarrassing.
Yeah, because you get hit back.
Yeah, we could all laugh about a stripper's, fake, dildo being launched out and hitting me in the eye. That would be funny.
Wait, is it a fake dildo or is it a real dildo?
A real dildo, fake dick.
There you go. And also bananas. So they were eating bananas coming out of said stripper's vagina.
Yeah. So it says,
so instead of chocolate covered like bananas, it was. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, the About Damn Time singer, 35, is known for her gregarious body positivity, but the lawsuit paints her in a much different light. Ron Zambrano, the woman's lawyer, said in the suit, revealed first by NBC News, the stunning nature of how Lizzo and her management team treated their performers seems to go against everything Lizzo stands for publicly. While privately, she weight shames her dancers and demeans them in ways that are not only illegal, but absolutely demoralizing. Lizzo is not the only named defendant in the case, which was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Tuesday. Her dance captain, Shirlene Quigley, is also facing a slew of accusations. Quigley, according to the lawsuit, shared lewd sexual fantasies and publicly discussed the virginity of one of the plaintiffs while berating those who had premarital sex.
So she's talking about the girl being a virgin, but at the same time, like she's talking shit about the girl being a virgin, and at the same time also talking shit on people that have premarital sex.
Doesn't necessarily say that she was talking shit about the girl for being a virgin, just saying that she was talking about the girl's virginity.
All right.
Which is a subject I don't think she wanted to, talk about in public, which is probably why it's a complaint.
I mean, she would have to had mentioned something for her to know that she's a virgin.
Yeah, well, it probably came up in conversation, a conversation she probably wasn't looking forward to having, and she just didn't lie about it.
I'm not blaming her or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, how could you know a fact about a certain person if this person didn't say if she didn't say it,
Yeah.
So it would have had to come up in conversation.
She checked the hymen. Says the complaints for all the damages include hostile work environment, sexual harassment, religious harassment, racial harassment, disability discrimination, and failure to prevent or remedy the harassment. Lizzo is specifically accused of disability discrimination, creating a hostile work environment, sexual harassment, and failing to stop said issues. Her touring company, Big Touring Incorporated, is also named as a defendant. Inside the Amsterdam strip joint, Lizzo allegedly turned her attention to Ms. Davis and began pressuring Ms. Davis to touch the breasts of one of the nude women. Oh, terrible. Davis refused multiple times.
I mean, you don't have to tell me twice, but how dare she?
What if it was a man's chest? Would you want to touch it?
I would love to like massage Jason Momoa's chest All right, just like with some nice coconut oil because vegan, you know, not harvested, vegan friendly, you know, like not cruel to animals. He's an animal, you know. I would just don't even get me started.
You animal. Says Davis refused multiple times while the pop star allegedly chanted louder and louder to encourage her to do the act. The lawsuit claimed Davis eventually did touch the performer. Plaintiffs were aghast with how little regard Lizzo showed for the bodily autonomy of her employees and those around her, especially in the presence of many people whom she employed, the filing read. In another instance, the plaintiffs claimed Lizzo invited the dancers to a strip club in Paris, but failed to mention that it was a nude cabaret bar. This shocked the dancers, who said Lizzo robbed them of the choice not to participate, the suit said. Lizzo also allegedly made a claim the dancers were drinking before performances, which Williams then spoke out about. The pop star allegedly made the group go through an excruciating 12-hour rehearsal. Williams lost her job days later, the lawsuit claimed. Davis, meanwhile, soiled her pants during the intense rehearsal because she was so fearful she'd lose her job, the documents state. She was then handed a see-through outfit.
You know, I was literally about to correct you right now.
I know. She was then handed a see-through outfit with no undergarments to finish the performance, the suit said. Rodriguez complained to a manager about the decision to publicly fire Williams after Lizzo had told the group she had eyes and ears everywhere. Ooh, you don't want to hear that from your boss.
Yeah, that's definitely not a threat right there.
Yeah, exactly. Davis recorded the meeting on April 27th because she claimed she suffers from an eye condition that leaves her disoriented. But as a result, Lizzo held a meeting and had security confiscate dancers' phones, the lawsuit claimed. Lizzo became furious, hurling expletives at the group and stating that she was going to go around the room person by person until someone told Lizzo who made the recording, the filing contended. When Davis tried to tell Lizzo and Quigley she meant no harm recording the meeting, they berated her and Lizzo fired her on the spot, the suit read. Rodriguez then expressed how she felt disrespected and threatened to resign, to which Lizzo said she was lucky. When Rodriguez did indeed quit, Lizzo showed her 2 middle fingers and yelled a slur at her, the lawsuit claimed. Lizzo has yet to respond to the lawsuit. What a bitch. What a bitch Lizzo is.
You know,
if this is true.
You know who allegedly.
This is all allegedly. It's all hearsay.
Right. So you know who this reminds me. You know who this reminds me of.
We're going to retrial.
Right. You know who this reminds me of? the female Eminem, Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know how she puts on this whole like good woman persona and and then it turns out that like her people
she's a total nightmare to work for.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this is literally it. You know, like it turns out that these celebrities are pieces of shit.
Basically.
You know, but then again, like almost every celebrity is. You know, like you've read those stories about, like that people can't stand working with certain celebrities, because they treat them like shit,
right.
And like they're either yelled at a lot, the working environment is dreadful, that they just hate working with certain people, and this is basically her.
Right.
It's she puts on this like good person persona, also
she claims herself to be a champion for the people.
For the big people.
The big people especially.
Yes, because she gets attacked a lot on Twitter, on social medias because of her weight.
Right.
I'm not going to say that I have not, partaken sharing some memes of her because I find them hilarious. But
personally, I couldn't care 2 shits about her weight. Not even a little bit. Doesn't bother me. The music is good. Right? How she treats her employees. No,
Allegedly.
I like it better than Ronnie's.
But then again, you have a really bad taste in music. So
I have a really great taste in music.
Allegedly. Keep on. Go ahead. Keep on.
No, but I mean, with all this going on, I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't know what people expect from these celebrities and bigwig types. I don't know. I don't think it's that big. I mean, obviously it's a big deal to the people that this happened to.
Right.
I'm just not surprised by this behavior.
Exactly. If I'm going to go work with somebody that is allegedly this higher status, it has the fame, has the money, I'm expecting some douchebag vibes from them.
Yeah.
You know, because
I've worked for a lot of rich people, and the only time I'm surprised is when they're nice.
When they give you when they give Dobie a sock, you know, so you can when Master gives Dobie a sock, so you know you can be free.
Oh, Dobby, not Dobie.
Is Dobby?
It's Dobby.
I don't know. I only watched the movie literally like
I watched this movie like 1,000 times.
Okay, well at least you got the reference.
Yeah, I got the reference. But yeah, it's like I'm not surprised when they're assholes or kind of douchebags. I'm always pleasantly surprised when they're nice.
All right, so here's my question to you. All right, if your boss is a complete piece of shit, would you still work for him?
No.
Now, if you're trying, let's put it in this other way. If you're trying to become well known, and your boss is a piece of shit and is a well known piece of shit boss, are you gonna take the harassment to try to maybe get your big breakthrough to, you know, then be known? Because your goal is to be known.
No.
You wouldn't.
No.
All right, because these dancers, they're not. They didn't have to stay. You know, they could have left.
Right.
You know, like the one where it says that she was they were surprised and like that they got taken to a strip club, you know, without, and she didn't tell them beforehand that it was a strip club, you know, there was nudity involved, and they're like, oh, we had no choice in like to say yes or no. You technically still did.
Yeah, you always have a choice.
Always have a choice.
Here's the thing. It's like if your choices were hang out with us and touch this stripper's boobie, or you lose your way of paying your bills.
Right.
You risk the potential of ending up homeless.
Right.
It's not a choice. It's like you're going to touch that boob.
But then again, also, you know, that's also falls under, you know, that's major HR red flags right there, you know.
No, right, but again,
like,
you know, there's
but
no
I know
HR
what you mean.
rep. This is not like a union or anything like that.
No,
These
I definitely know what you mean, because like the threat of losing your livelihood.
So the whole thing is like you're saying that it's a choice, and that's the only part that I'm kind of have any pushback towards, because it becomes less of a choice when your options are or starve, you know, or lose your house, or lose your income.
Have you seen these women? They're not gonna starve.
Well, they've been eating good because they probably get paid well. But I'm just saying.
Well, no, I understand what you're saying, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's still a choice. Like, you chose to work with her. You've seen how.
Well, they seem surprised by this.
I mean, I'm not trying to blame them, like, at all, but leading up to all this, like, if there's been signs. You know, like they were saying, you know, that they had 12-hour rehearsals. The lady soiled herself and then was worn, had a see-through outfit, you know, like and no underwear or anything like that, you know, like.
Right.
So if you're being treated like shit for a while, wouldn't you expect the shit treatment to continue?
Right.
So is it really a surprise that this happened?
I wouldn't say so much maybe a surprise, but I still wouldn't call it justified.
I didn't say it was justified.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because the way this conversation's going, like I said, I know you're saying you're not blaming the victims. It sounds like you're blaming the victims. Like, you could have left, you couldn't have done this, you could have done XYZ.
You can't.
Now, you're
leave.
a dancer. You're a professional dancer.
Part-time. Part-time.
Was still a professional dancer.
Right.
Like being an actor, it's a gig job.
Right.
You have to move on to the next job. Move on to the next job, and take on whatever you can get whenever you can. Like, you don't have to be a dancer, sure, but you are a dancer.
Right.
And this job came up. You're going to do the job.
Yep.
Right? And I think that's what's happening here. Now, you don't go into a job expecting to be forced into a sexual harassment situation.
Right.
Which I think this is what's happening here.
Exactly. But she still had a choice. She chose to stay and be harassed. She chose to continue to take all this abuse from Lizzo to have a job. Like, there's plenty of other jobs out there. Like, it might not.
Hold on now. There aren't plenty of other jobs. There aren't plenty of other jobs that pay what this job's paying.
But there's still plenty of other jobs. You're not going to starve. All right,
okay,
you can find
go work at
another
McDonald's.
job.
Anybody can go work at Burger King. Anybody can go do those things.
Yes, you can suffer. You can suffer for a little bit to then find your job. It doesn't mean like you're a CEO of a company, your company goes under, and now you only look for CEO jobs. No, you're going to take another job to help you through the rough times to then get back on your feet and
but
do whatever thing.
There has to be a reasonable expectation of a positive work environment or a safe work environment.
And like I'm saying, this is obviously not a safe work environment.
Which is why there's a suit.
Exactly.
Now, but you're saying they never had a choice.
But say it again?
But you're saying but you're saying they had a choice.
They had a choice.
They could have quit.
Yes.
And then what?
And then go look for another job.
And then sue?
Yes, you can do that.
Well, that's what they did. You saw this girl right here. It's in the article.
Yes,
she quit.
but for a while though, she stayed there.
Yeah, because out of the fear of being fired and not having money for the next,
Oh my God, you can get a job. You're not going to get the ideal job, but you can still get a job. This whole notion about like, I'm going to take shit from my employer over and over and over because I'm not going to find another job in tech or in coding or whatever for a while. So I'd rather take the abuse. To me, that's a bullshit excuse. I'm just going to say it straight up. Like it really is, because you can find another job. You can quit this hostile work environment. You can quit, do your legal actions that you have to do, that you got to take to go against it, because obviously they're hostile work environments, sexual harassment everywhere. She's getting bullied. All right, leave, sue, do your thing. While you're doing your thing and suing all that, you can still work somewhere else.
Well, that's what she did. She's suing.
And that's what I'm telling you. Like she chose her option of you can leave. You can always leave. And Lizzo didn't have her right there as a backup dancer with a gun to her head saying, you cannot leave. You're going to take my shit 24/7. All right.
Well, of course,
they had a choice.
It's not to that extreme, but like I said, you have to be able to enter any kind of work environment in any way, shape, or form and expect certain things like respect and safety.
And that's what I'm telling you.
She's not getting any of that. That's why she's getting sued.
Yes, exactly. She didn't get none of that.
Right.
But what you're saying is that she didn't have a choice to leave. And I'm saying she did have a choice to leave.
Okay, Demonic. Okay. Let's get into the nitty gritty.
All right.
You're talking about a gig job. Okay, she can switch careers. She can do this. She can do that.
Yep.
Sure. But those are unreasonable expectations when that's your job. You have a job.
Right.
You're not a welder.
Right.
Right? No one's going to expect you to go into a welding job because you quit your current job.
Right.
Okay. You're not going to find another job doing what you're doing right now. So you're going to take your shit from your employer.
I can find another job doing what I'm doing right now.
Right, but most people can't.
Most people can't.
And especially these kind of people.
Right. Okay, so I get where you're going with this, but you can still find another job. It's not going to be the one you want right now, but eventually, if you're passionate about that, you will find it.
But see, that
employment.
Again goes to not being a choice. So you got a choice of, shit or hell. Those aren't really good. Those aren't really choices.
But they're still choices. You don't have to stay in that job and take the shit, is what I'm telling you. They choose to be there because they expect to blow up. Like they want the fame and recognition, so they take the shit. Like look at the whole Hollywood scandal, right? Where Harvey Weinstein, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, that he was humping a shit ton of actresses. Why? Because he was giving them their big break, and you're like, oh, you got to sleep with me in order for you to make it big. They didn't have to sleep with them. No. Chances of them making it big or not, or chances of them making it big obviously went down the drain, because he has the money and the power, and like apparently the people that chose not to sleep with him were blacklisted, but you always had that choice.
Again, you're making the point for me. That's no longer a choice. The choice has been made for you. You're no longer employable now. You've been blacklisted. That's not a choice.
You're not employable in the field that you were going to be. That's corrupted anyways.
Right. Exactly.
So why would you? My thing is telling you why would you go into a job? Why would you go into a career that is a shitty career that has not shitty career, because these people are paid enormously well. They're paid millions and millions of dollars. But
why would you go into a career that pays millions of dollars
if it treats you like shit? If you're getting harassed the whole entire time,
like I said, there has to be a reasonable expectation.
But there isn't. And like I'm telling you, because there isn't, that doesn't mean
there is. That's why she's being sued.
I think we're fighting to agree to disagree, but we're agreeing on the same thing.
What we're debating about here is whether or not they had a choice.
Yes, and I'm saying they did have a choice. You're saying they didn't.
I'm saying they didn't have a choice because the choice was made for them. When your choices are either this or nothing, that's not a choice.
Yes, there is. There's two choices: this or nothing. You can choose the nothing.
Yeah, so you either take shit or you get nothing. Those aren't choices. The choices made for you. You have to. So your choice is then or death.
You can die.
That's not a choice. You're not gonna pick death.
Yeah, but you can choose the nothing. You can choose not to work in that hostile work environment. You can choose to go work at McDonald's. You can choose to go work at Walmart. You can choose.
Like the old joke goes, cake or death. Like, okay, do you want cake or do you want death? It's not a choice. You take the cake.
So do you want diabetes or do you want death? You're gonna eventually die slowly.
I peed on the cake.
You're eventually gonna die slowly.
You're gonna eat the cake still.
Either way, you're gonna die. Eventually, if you're being fed cake the whole entire time, you're gonna get diabetes. You're gonna die.
That's beyond the point. But the point
that was a really good point. No, that was a really good point that you said right there, right? Because this gig is the cake.
Yeah.
So one way or another, like if it's this or nothing, you're gonna eat the cake the whole entire time. You're still eventually gonna get sick. You're gonna die eventually from this hostile work environment. So why work there? Why take the cake?
My friend.
Dude, how well, I understand what you're trying to argue, but your argument is that they don't have a choice because they're not going to get another job that's wealthy enough for them to continue to try to live beyond their means, basically.
Right. So again, the choice is taken away from you.
It's not.
It's not like the choice is dance for Lizzo or dance for Justin Timberlake or dance for somebody else. No, the choices here is dance for me, take my bullshit and all this stuff, or don't dance at all.
Or you can go the other route of have your own dance crew. Dude, there's so many choices out there. Like, for instance, another example would be like, take the shit. She just
blacklisted you.
Okay, like, but then you can go
blacklisted. You can create your own dance company.
You know what you can do? You can go find a smaller label. You can go find a smaller label that is in need of backup dancers and start working with them, and then build your way back up until you're known.
Until Lizzo's like, fuck this bitch. She didn't fucking like my dance routines and she didn't touch that stripper's titty. Fuck out of here.
It's so you have to basically bend the knee in order for you to survive, is what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is when that happens, fucking sue.
And that's what they're doing. And why? Because she had the choice of leaving, which she did leave. She chose to leave.
Yeah, but now she's probably not going to dance again, but she's going to get paid.
And these feet are never going to dance again. Guilty feet have got no
Guilty
rhythm.
Lizzo has no rhythm.
Exactly. So just agree with me that I'm right. You can leave. You can leave.
You can always die. You're right.
Yes, you can leave.
You can always die.
How is she gonna die if she left?
That's my analogy here. Cake or death. You can choose death.
That's your choice. That's why I told you. You still have a choice. You're literally saying that you
chose death.
I'd rather choose death than having to bend the knee at somebody that treats them like shit.
Okay.
And there you go. And that's what I'm saying. You have choices.
There's everything you
You're
worked for.
literally saying there's no choice.
There's everything you worked for. There's everything that you've struggled for. There's all the hours and effort and everything you put into your craft, and you chose death.
I would choose death. I would choose death over being treated like a piece of shit. I would choose death over. Shit, the cord was scaring me, like it was rubbing up against my leg, and I'm like, "What is that, spider?" I'd rather choose death than being treated.
But see, that's why these employee protections exists.
Yes.
So that you don't have the choice of or death.
Yes, and that's why you don't have to work in a hostile work environment. How are you not getting my point?
I'm getting your point. I'm getting how bad your point is.
How is it bad?
Because, like I said, you either have a choice of this or death. Those aren't choices. When death is your other option, those aren't options.
There's other options. You're only making it two. There's other options.
It's dance for me or don't dance at all. Because like you just said, she's blacklisting her for these other dance companies, for these other artists.
You could still dance. You could still create your own stuff. You can make it big on TikTok. You can dance on TikTok. You can dance on social media. You can get known. You can blow up on your own.
And then Lizzo's like, nope, fuck this bitch. She ain't getting shit.
She can't control TikTok. She can't control social media. She can control over like her label and be like, oh, like this big girl like record label, you're never gonna hire this one woman right here. That doesn't mean she can't go like be a backup dancer for Rihanna or Taylor Swift or whoever the hell else needs her.
Probably not,
dude. Like,
you think Taylor Swift treats her dancers good?
Hell no.
Probably not.
No. What was it? What did she?
That flat ass probably treats her fucking dancers horribly.
She probably does.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
allegedly.
Shit.
Allegedly.
Shit. I don't actually know. Please,
allegedly.
Swifties, don't come after me.
So if you had a job that required your certain skills and your boss treated you like shit, and then he told you that he treated you like shit, so you basically, what you're saying is you'd stay there.
No, I'd file a suit.
So you'd die.
No, file a suit.
So you die. You said there's only two.
Oh, but I'm getting rich.
But you'd be dead.
I'm getting rich.
But you'd be dead.
I'm a rich dead person. I might never fix another sprinkler in my life, but I won't have to because this motherfucker's gonna pay me.
There you go. Lizzo's gonna have to pay those dancers. They never have to dance again.
Yeah.
So there's a choice.
I'm telling you, there was this choice. They fucking sued.
Yes, and I'm telling you that. See, how are you arguing against me then? How are you fighting me?
Because it shouldn't have to come to this. Is what I'm saying.
Which I agree.
Just treat them like people, and this wouldn't happen.
How are you making it seem like I don't agree with that?
Because you're insane,
dude. These mind games that you're playing, like I've literally never said anything about that.
I never once play it back. I never once said that they only had two choices. You
did. You said that or death.
I never said that.
You recently said that, but you literally said that they don't have a choice.
Quote me. What did I say?
I'm gonna make a short out of it. Watch.
Go ahead.
I am.
Quote me. What did I say?
You literally said that they have no choice. It's either this or nothing. You said it's either this or.
I never said this entire time.
You said it's this or starve.
That was your argument, not mine.
You said this or starve. That was your
argument. I was saying that they had the choice, that they could always leave.
And I agree with you. I told you yes.
That's why I said that.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm gaslighting you.
I know you are. I know you are, dude. Oh my God. I'm gonna throw something at you. Wait, I'm the boss here. I need to be treating you like shit.
I will die.
I'm gonna go home and beat my wife now. I'm gonna be the one with the black eye. Anyways, yeah. So Lizzo's getting sued because
she's gonna whip her dildo out.
Right. Lizzo's getting sued because she treats her people like shit.
Right.
Which you should never do. You don't. And you have a choice to leave and sue the shit out of them. All right. Vegan person cannot sue because she died because of her poor nutritional
bad choices. She made bad choices.
Very, very bad. And
she eats meat.
Which I don't see. I mean, I get the argument that you're trying to be like this moral person of not having anything to do with animals, like no cruelty to animals, no using of animals to like have your food and all that. But can't you compromise? Can't you be like, like reasonably sourced, obviously, they're being bred to die, the cattle or whatever, but like when at least make the distinction and be like, at least I eat, free range chickens or free range cattle, not, you don't have to support, these big corporations that Bill Gates is, burning down anyways,
we raised our own chickens and we ate them.
Yeah. Like at least do that because full on vegan,
they were delicious.
Especially a raw vegan diet. There's even worse. There's worse than a vegan, which is a raw vegan.
Yeah. She found a new way to make it worse.
Yeah, like next thing you know, this is gonna be like vegan extreme, which is like only air.
It's like The Simpsons, where the guy goes, "I don't even eat anything that casts a shadow."
yes, literally. Like you gotta like literally start doing like photosynthesis.
Yeah.
To like. Anyway, so guys, comment down below. Like, would you ever try doing a full vegan diet? And if you have, please comment down below of why it was the worst part of your life. Z, I'm talking to you. Please go ahead and comment down below that. And second of all, on this little debate that me and Mario had, please comment down below of why I was right and Mario wasn't.
You always have a choice.
Yes, you do. And that's what I was saying.
Don't take my point. You're
taking my point.
I'm not the what you're looking for.
I'm not the joys that you see. Guys, thank you for watching this episode of the Slightly Outside Podcast. It is a demonic signing out. Peace.
Goodbye, y'all.